Welcome back. Well, down 0.3% currently for the Nifty, but really China is still reeling under pressure, so that index itself is still showing a cut of around 6% or thereabouts. But let's get another market guest in. We have a lot of conferences which are taking place, so let's concentrate on one of them. Vikas, Khemani, CEO of Edelweiss Securities, joins in from the sidelines of the Edelweiss Rural and Agri Conference. Vikas, hi, thank you very much for joining in. You have a lot of companies from the lending space, from the auto space, plus exactly from the agri space joining in. What have been the takeaways up till now from the conference?
Yeah, I think there has been a little bit of slowdown. There has been a concern of late, and I think what we've been sort of gathering from the company is that post the worry of monsoon picking up was there some time ago, but I think in month of June the monsoon has been fairly normal, and while this is only 15-20% of the overall monsoon, but the sowing season has started well in some of the crops, so Kharif has been starting well. But I think the critical month is going to be July, and if the monsoon turns out to be okay in July, then I guess you will see agri side doing well. The green shoots have started happening. Some of the companies have said that the demands have been sort of picking up on the pesticide side, on the seed side. So I think the little bit of demand has picked up, but I think that is also most of these companies had significant inventory issues. So I think slowly things have been moving, but I guess still one has to wait and watch to see how the monsoon pans out. Some of the states like UP, some parts of Karnataka and Bihar still yet to see significant rainfall. So broadly the idea is to get some sense what's happening on the ground, and so far things have been looking all right, nothing to worry, but we'll have to still wait for a month or so and get more data on that what's happening, how the monsoon pans out, and I think things pan out, but broadly it's been all right so far.
Because hi, morning. So how critical would monsoon be, and also more importantly from even the market's point of view, because we had seen quite a bit of correction and now we have seen quite a bit of recovery as well, as the start clearly has been much better than what was anticipated.
So I think for markets, obviously one point in time monsoon was a very big issue, and which kind of got factored in. So market correction and sort of rebound is not only function of only monsoon, but I think lot of factors. I think arrival of normal monsoon so far gives the market some amount of comfort around probably the rate cuts, continuation of the rate cut cycle, and that is to me more critical than I think probably anything else as far as the market is concerned. And I think right now the markets seem to be receiving its worry on whether the further rate cuts will happen or not. To me, I think if the July goes all right, probably we might see one more cut coming through in August. We've been believing always, even from the last policy, that probably rate cuts would come, more rate cuts would come in, and I think month of July is more critical because I think Greece exit also you will get some more clarity on that. But I think so market rebounds is function of a lot of other factors as well. But I guess monsoon gives a lot of comfort, frankly speaking.
Okay. Vikas, we were having a discussion with regards to the rural consumption story just some time back on our show Bazaar, and one of the takeaways was that local brands within the FMCG space are really what is giving fierce competition to the likes of the HULs of the world. Is that one of the takeaways that you've possibly come through with in terms of the interaction with the FMCG companies, that it might just be local competition and not your regular companies which are giving that sort of competition?
I think we don't have any FMCG companies in this conference, talking about that, but I think broadly speaking there has been a slowdown in the rural consumption, no doubt about it. I think post this cut down on the spending by the government through Narega and other various things, and I think worry on the monsoon front, so there has been definitely slowdown. As far as the competition from the local brands, and I think this phenomena has to be a growing phenomena. It will continue to grow. I don't think few large companies can continue to dominate the markets like India. I mean, where specifically there are lots of nuances at the local level. So I think that phenomena, as the sort of market becomes larger, will continue to pick up. If you look at markets like China and other markets where local brands, so many local brands are fairly prominent, I think that will also continue to happen in India. So I don't see that as very unusual trend. But as the markets, keep on growing larger and larger, you will see many more brands, and local businesses coming about.
Okay, Vikas, so in the listed space in this from this conference, anything that you like in particular?
So I think we've been sort of fairly positive in this whole space on the companies like PI Industries, Dhanuka Agri Tech. Basically, we all believe that in India agriculture productivity has to go up, and I think this theme is a structural theme as far as we are concerned, as far as we understand. And we've been doing this, believing in this theme for the last 3-4 years, and I think this is a 10-year theme. I think companies which are focused on improving the productivity of the agriculture are going to do well, and fortunately this government understands this part very well, and they are taking certain structural sort of steps in terms of enabling these kind of opportunities and making sure that there's a lot of investment happen in improving the productivity of the agriculture side. And I think that trend has to be played out. I mean, whenever the monsoons are a bit weak or there is noise around that, you will see these companies sort of end up doing badly, or somewhat correction happens in the market, and we see that as a big opportunity because we think the structural trend is very in place. Short term these kind of issues might happen, so most of the companies are guiding that this year might be probably not as great year based on the current predictions, but who knows, things might change as the monsoon settles down, but we continue to believe in the structural story, and we believe that all these companies like PI Industries, Dhanuka, Rallis, Jain Irrigation, which are aligned to this broad macro theme, and I think they are very high quality company, good companies, so this entire basket will continue to do well.
All right, Vikas, thanks a lot for your time today. That's Edelweiss view on the conference. We'll take a break on that note. Up next, we'll get more details on the markets.